Hello and a big welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here and welcome back if you have watched some of my videos before. Today I'm coming with a video about consistency. It is now the end of January and I am a fitness coach who has worked in the industry for the past 4 years. I know what January looks like in the gyms. The gyms are rammed, everyone's on the dry January fitness, 75 hard buzz. But over the next few weeks, that motivation is going to start wearing off. And it's not because of laziness, it's not because of lack of motivation or discipline. It is quite literally because people struggle to build habits that they can stay consistent with. And so as the motivation of a new year, new goals, new me begins to wear off, so too does the consistency, because consistent habits and foundations haven't been built or laid. The reason that most people actually fall off the bandwagon is the all or nothing mindset, lack of emotional regulation, and actually the inability to begin to identify as someone who follows through on the promises that they make to themselves. Instead, what a lot of people do in January is they go in all guns blazing, hell for leather, and they cannot keep it up then long term because it's not actually who they are, and it's quite frankly not sustainable either. I speak to women every single week who are considering embarking on their journey with Empower Coaching, and I hear the same thing all the time. Women still have this mindset that they need to give up XYZ in order to obtain a result, which actually leaves them procrastinating starting because it's not the right time, they're afraid of losing their social life, giving up foods they enjoy, or whatever that mindset might be. But I can see that there is still such a stigma around this for people. And what this video is actually about is helping you begin the pathway of breaking that, because within Empower Coaching, we have helped hundreds of women. Last year alone, we helped over 200 women to lose body fat and keep it off. That is what we are known for, is not just helping you lose it, but helping you sustain it long term, because that is actually the gold standard. The method of losing body fat is easy. Calorie deficit, you burn more than you consume. That is the science of fat loss. But what's not simple is life. Life itself is complex, and if you can learn how to manage and navigate life, build better habits, regulate your emotions, you will not only be able to lose body fat, but you will also be able to keep body fat off. People know that there is a nicer way to lose body fat. They know that balance exists, but they've never seen it actions before, and so they naturally revert to the all or nothing approach, and it's an approach that long term gets them absolutely nowhere. Otherwise, every January, they wouldn't be starting again. Chasing perfection is what's going to kill your progress before it's even begun. And the word balance is thrown around a lot, but what actually is balance when it comes to fat loss? Because a lot of people get it confused and they think that they can just continue to live their life the way that they have been up to this point and still achieve results, when that's not the case. In order to achieve something that you have never achieved before, there is an element of sacrifice that has to be made. If you could live your life the way you've always been living it, there would never be a reason to need to change, and you'd never be in the position where you're not happy with where you're at, because what you're doing would have been working. So sacrifice is essential, but it's about not giving everything up, and it's also choosing wisely what aligns with your values and what doesn't. There are seasons of life where we value our goals as number one priority, and that's when we make more sacrifices and when we push that bit harder. But there's also seasons of your life where you value memory making, socialising, holidays, events, occasions more than fat loss. So it can't always be linear, and it can't always be together. There is usually elements of one or the other, and that's also why we don't spend a whole year in a fat loss phase, because otherwise we would be giving up parts of life then as well. So when I look at balance with clients that we work with and maintaining a balanced approach while on their fitness journey, what we look at is minimum standards. So our clients receive their plan, and that is their 100% plan of when life is going A1, this is what we are doing, and this is the 100% on it plan. But what we also do with clients is we give them a minimum standard of, if the kids are sick, if shit hits the fan, if things are in the way, what is the minimum standard that we expect of ourselves? That could be 2 half-an-hour sessions a week. It could be making sure you get out for a 20-minute walk. It could be making sure that you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night, that you're drinking enough water. But these minimum standards are standards and identities that you place on yourself that you have to execute irregardless of what's going on. And it's a lower standard, but it's going to allow you to still move the needle forward with achieving results, because you don't need to be 100% all of the time in order to achieve a goal. You just need to stay consistent in doing the basics. So once we have established the gold standard plan and the minimum standard plan, what we do is every week we assess and we refine, and that's what balance is. You look at your week and you say, okay, have I got extra work commitments? Have I got social events? What do I need to wiggle around this week in order to make it happen? How many sessions is realistic for me to get done? What time availability do I have? And if you plan your week in advance, you are scheduled to getting it done. Because if you're not planning things and you're just going with the flow and hoping that it happens, it's not going to happen. Then when it comes to looking at social events and occasions, there's going to be parts of your life where you have a busier social calendar, and there will also be times of your life where you have a less busy social calendar, okay? And when we have a busier social calendar but you're in a period of fat loss, it's about making small sacrifices, maybe choosing to not drink alcohol on 1 or 2 of the nights out, maybe choosing to have your dinner before you go out, or maybe choosing to get a steak with a side salad instead of getting a bowl of pasta for dinner. The thing that you need to remember is that when it comes to social events, occasions, it's about the memories that you're making with the people in your life. It's not about the food. It's not about the alcohol. They are just additions, but they're not the whole event. And so if you have to make the odd sacrifice, it's okay, because you still get to socialise with your friends and family and have a great time. The next thing that we look at with clients when it comes to social events and occasions is the importance of the occasion, okay? So let's take for an example, you've got 3 social events in the next 2 weeks. One of these occasions is your best friend's birthday. You've been best friends for years. It's such a big day. The next one is your auntie's going away party. And then the next one is your boyfriend's friend's girlfriend's party, random party, okay? You rank those events in order of importance. The boyfriend's friend's girlfriend's party, is that really important to you? Probably not. So are you gonna lose your own values to just drink with people and eat with people just for the sake of fitting in? I would say no to that. I would say, actually, I value my goals more, so I'm gonna go for my boyfriend, but I'm not gonna drink, I'm gonna drive. I'm not gonna eat the finger food that's there. I'm gonna have my dinner before I go. That is a perfect way that you can still do both, but you're in alignment with your action. And the second one, your auntie's going away party. It's important to you, but you know that your friend's birthday coming up is the most important. So what do? You bank some calories that week so that you can enjoy 1 or 2 drinks, choosing a better option. You go for steak and chips off the menu instead of getting pizza or pasta, because you know that's higher in protein, it aligns more with your goals. And guess what? You still have got to enjoy the event and still keep your goals at the forefront. And then your best friend's birthday, that is like the cherry on top of the cake. That is the event of the year. So you say to yourself, I'm going to make sure that Monday through Friday I'm on it. I hit my calories, I do my steps, I get my training done, and then on Saturday I'm going to go and have a bloody great time, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it, because that's what I value. That is how you can still enjoy your life while making value-based decisions. And when you learn how to make value-based decisions, you will also learn how to have balance, because they go hand in hand. Balance is also earned, so you can't just have a total balanced approach on day 1 of your journey. It's something that you have to learn, it's something that you have to practice, and it is something that you have to get better at over time. But the more that you practice it, the better you become. And the only way to get better at having balance is to move from the all or nothing extremes to starting to allow yourself to have a little bit more flexibility with your goals and your lifestyle. And another part of that is not letting your emotions take over, understanding that when things aren't perfect, it doesn't mean that you have to let go of all your habits. It just means that you realign the plan and you go again. If you're having a day where motivation is low, you can still show up because you learn how to show up as the person who you want to be in the future, not the way that you feel right now. And all of these little things combined will help you step into being consistent consistently. Before you commit to a fat loss journey or a journey of self-development, you need to sit with yourself and ask yourself, who is the woman I want to become? How does she act? How does she behave? What are her daily habits and actions? And when you can get clear on this, you can begin to act as that person as well. We don't want to be unrealistic, but we do want to get honest with ourselves. And then we're going to hold the mirror up and ask ourselves, how can I do better here? And it goes back to that minimum standard of, if I want to be this person, this is how I must show up. And the more you can begin to do that, the easier it becomes. I have my habits that are rinsed and repeated. I drink 3 litres of water every day. I go for fresh air every single day. I move my body in some way, shape or form. I have a similar sleep schedule. They have become habits because I've done them for years, because I knew that the woman I wanted to become done these things. And if I just kept doing it, eventually it would just be clockwork. Like, you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth. Clockwork. So if you're someone who's struggling to stay consistent right now, my advice is strip it back. Work on taking imperfect action. Align your actions with your values and treat your journey as a lifestyle, not just a fat loss phase. You're a woman who values her health. You're not a woman who's trying to lose body fat. And that is the game changer. If you're interested in more content that amalgamates both mindset and fitness together, then you have come to the right channel, because this is what I post about all of the time. And this is why our clients can achieve results for life. So please do make sure to subscribe. You can also pop over and follow me on Instagram, because I do post a lot on there as well. And if there's any specific content that you would like to see or specific videos, please do let me know. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. But let's make sure that this year is a consistent year and not another all or nothing one. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video.